What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kick and Make Up Show. I'm the American Hybrid Nick Cunningham. With me, as always, Jeremy J.D. Dorsey, and we are live from Parker's Pub.
Yes.
Also known as my brother's garage. He was awesome today and let us come in. He said, "Yeah, you can use the garage as long as you show some of the good stuff in the background." He's a big Spider-Man fan. So we got to give him a big shout out, say thank you. Also,
yes, 100%.
Even bigger shout out, he's expecting his baby today, right now. She's probably having, if you listen closely, she's having the baby right now. No, that's weird. I'm not going to, sorry, that's weird. Yeah. So anyway, I called him. He didn't, I was like, you know, obviously you don't care about this right now, but can we shoot the show in your garage? He's like, yep, do it. Just show some good stuff. He also gave a request that I don't talk shit about his dog this episode. Last episode, you know, I went in on the birthday party. Rightly so. Okay. Rightly so. I went in.
I think dog parties deserve some shit.
I had fun, but I went in and I'm like, I love your dog. I talk shit about him because I love him. That's what I do. Like, when you're not around, I talk shit about you.
I would assume so.
Because I love you, man. So I felt kind of bad when he's like, just don't talk shit about my dog. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about why I love his dog, so he knows, like, I'm gonna give him some love. So I love his dog because
What's his dog's name?
Max.
Okay.
Max.
It's a pretty good dog name.
It is. Yeah.
For Chihuahua.
It's super unique. So I like his dog because he runs up to me when I see him, and that's pretty cute. Like, he yanks on the collar or yanks on the leash. Like, he's like, yeah, I gotta get to me. So I like that. That's cute. He does that to some other people too, so I don't feel that special.
Everyone?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much everybody. But anyway, I also think it's cute that or cool when, if you're holding him, if you go to hug the person, like my dad or him, my brother, like, give him a pat, see you later. He'll like go at you, like, you know, because he's protecting you.
Yeah.
So we realize you have to hold him lower, and he doesn't do that. But if he's up here, he goes. And I think you love my brother's dog too. Do you remember that time that you got hit by the car, and that the car ran over you a little bit, and you were stuck? And I was like, oh shit! And I ran out in the street, and I lifted up the car. I'm like, Max, get over here! And he grabbed with the teeth. He drug you out. We don't talk about it a lot because that was a day where we could have lost you, but we didn't.
A cool story,
because of my brother's dog. Yep. So
I owe him my life.
You really do. And
I'm indebted a whole lot.
And I owe him like $5 because we made a bet the other day on a UFC fight. Yeah, I fucking lost. So you owe him your life. I owe Max $5. And but anyway, he's a cool dog. We appreciate my brother, his wife, and Max for letting us use sweet ass Parker
and child
Pub.
To be
And child to be, unnamed Parker. Child to be.
Peter.
I think his wife would be like, no.
Parker Cunningham? That sounds kind of cool.
That's cool, but she knows my brother's obsession with Spider-Man, so that shit ain't happening. So, yeah, man, next episode Parker, for sure, I'll be an uncle.
I'm
it's
kind of
cool.
Name your name.
You can call him whatever you want.
Okay.
Like, you know.
Petey? Pablo?
I was going to say, I just make him spin his shirt around when he comes out. Every time I see him, I give him a shirt. So he goes like this. Listen, Petey, your name's
just
Petey
tell him
Pablo.
that North Carolina is going to mean something to you.
Why do you keep giving my son North Carolina shit? Carolina. Because I want him to twist his shirt around like a helicopter, Alex. All right, so
we get off on the best tangents.
Yes, like Petey Pablo, man, which just made me think about Petey Pablo's part in Drumline, which made no sense at all.
None.
And the song was terrible too.
It was.
Like, and I love that movie, but that part made no sense.
Drumline is a good movie too.
I know. I was tapping on this before, and I thought, like,
yep.
My favorite line from Drumline too is "drop the sticks on him." Like when he goes like this and he just drops the sticks. It's such a tough line. Like that way to make drumming aggressive. Like, I'll drop the fucking sticks on you.
I mean, Nick Cannon like really did his thing in that role. I was surprised he didn't get nominated for an Oscar or something.
He did. I think he got a Emmy, a BET award probably.
Right.
Shit. Sorry. All right, let's move on. I didn't know where to go from there. All right, so all right, let's get back to the particulars.
All right.
Shit, here we go. All right, here we go. The particulars. www.kickandmakeup.com is the website. Go there, check out all of our past shows, all the stuff I've been doing on Ola America. Got a couple good articles, out this week about UFC 205, which we're going to talk about pretty soon. Check out our Facebook group page. Go pay your respects. It's not dead because I saw somebody want to come in the other day.
Yes, and I'm just like, okay, do we have to like shit on this every week in order for people to want to be in part of it? So it's so weird.
Was he real? Was the person real?
I don't know. I always check.
I don't think this one.
Yeah, I don't know if this one was real. The last like 3 were real though, and I'm like, how does this even happen?
What are you guys doing there?
Right.
Go home.
Follow us on Twitter or something. Somewhere where we're at.
At Kick and Makeup. At Hybrid MMA. At Jimmy JD Dorsey. Like, go to those places. Hang out there.
It's like, Kick and Makeup used to be here, but they're not here anymore. And we're just gonna go by and hang out there at an empty place. Like, that doesn't really make too much sense to me. But hey,
quit squatting. Quit being a squatter at the Facebook group page.
Right.
Anyway, Instagram is on and popping too, and I haven't said on and popping in like 10 years.
Poppin'.
I don't know why I just said that, but
that's a Chris Brown song too.
Yeah,
doing music.
Yeah. So
on and popping.
We're dancing too early already. We're gonna dance later. So if you've never seen this show,
dance breakdown.
Yeah, like they're gonna dance later. What's that mean for a
dance.
segment? You know the segment if you've watched this. And then go to YouTube. We're there right now, so stay on YouTube. Share, like, tell your friends. It's Thanksgiving coming up, so this year maybe brand our logo into the turkey.
That would be kind of dope.
Yeah. Can anybody, if you have like a brander that can brand just like a K, just one though. So, and then try to make a fist and do that. Brand your turkey. # brand your turkey.
Brand your turkey.
Go from there. Let's do that. It's fun.
Why not?
Status report, man. You good?
I'm better.
All right.
I'm better. Got some. I think I'm at 118 degrees of bend in the knee now. Minimal limp. Still have to take my time on certain things and stuff, but it's getting there, man. It's
good.
Fucking slow. That's what it is.
Right,
It's slow, and I wish I could get back to 100% normal, but it's getting there. I actually went for a slight jog, about a block and a half, just to see if I could do it, and I did it. So
I know, I was excited.
It looked ugly, man. It looked ugly.
It's all right, man.
It was good though.
If it makes you feel better, all the first runs back ever look ugly, so don't feel bad. I was excited when I called you and you said you were coming from the gym. I was like, what?
Yes,
so that was cool, man.
Back in there, man.
If anything happens today, I'm close enough to your fucking knee like a doctor to help it. It's literally
either
right
that
here.
or you could hurt it.
I don't know.
You're so close. I mean, you might have an involuntary spasm or something, and like knee me into the keg here.
I do have those sometimes, so I'll try hard not to. All right, so
they have medication for that.
They have medication for everything.
That was the best commercial, the restless leg syndrome commercial. That you can take medication for that will give you all sorts of other horrible side effects. But it'd be better that you.
But your
leg isn't gonna shake.
But you have fucking liver's bleeding.
Right.
Okay. Bloody liver. Nobody wants a bloody liver.
Bloody liver.
All right. So announcements before we get to the meat and potatoes of the show. Irene Aldana, big announcement this week. Signed with the UFC and is gonna fight Leslie Smith at UFC on Fox 22 in December.
I heard about that one.
Pretty excited, man. Like that completes.
These are your peeps, man. Your peoples.
Man, I mean, it's just cool. I like them. Team Lobo from Mexico. I've been following them for a couple years now. Really excited. Grasso got signed, this summer, so I figured Aldana was right behind. She is. A few people in the Invicta, a few Invicta fighters are pretty upset about this. I don't see why, man. Just you're not just getting the champions out of the league. No. You're getting who's going to be marketed the best, and can they go in there too. If you bring in all the champions, you don't want that, because what are they going to get, an instant title shot, like unification of belts, blah blah blah, so I think this is awesome, man. Let's see what she does. And then the other big announcement of the week, came out last week. Jon Jones is going to be suspended for 1 year. He's stripped of his title. And I put, does anybody care? I don't really think so right now, because I was thinking, and I wanted to ask your opinion, like, it doesn't do anything for the division, really. The division goes on, right?
Yep, division continues on. I think that you do run into some of the hype, I guess, just to keep his name relevant, which is, it all makes sense now with why he came out with what he was saying, a couple of weeks back, like we talked about. It makes sense now that he has been, his suspension it wasn't originally going to be like 2 years, but they said it's just a year now, and they said that there was something up with the sample too. So I guess that's why he felt emboldened enough to come out and start chirping the way he has.
Right.
It kind of made, initially when I heard about it and him, doing his rant and stuff, I didn't like it because I felt like he was, just doing too much. Like I'm not really a fan of that all the time, especially with him. I got a little bit of a grudge bone to pick with him. But I think that him coming out now and saying what he's saying, and then you see the suspension being what it is, I think he must have been tipped off to it, which is why he started talking. So lose a little bit of credit there, but I guess you got to do what you got to do. And the division is going to carry on the way it is. Got some nice names at the top.
Do they, though? I was going to say it's kind of this lackluster. They do have some good names at the top.
Very top, that's it.
But other than that, Gustafson's gone now. Cormier is not my favorite champion. Rumble seems to not be able to just pull that trigger of being an all-around, MMA fighter for the championship. I mean, for the title. I mean, he's an awesome fighter, but if he can't figure out that ground, then Cormier is going to get him every time. He's just going to always go in there hoping to knock your head off. And then after that, we've got Bader and Gary. I'm okay with just moving around that division and letting them do what they want to do. And
yeah, I think that you can't really be too mad at the division for being what it is. I think that it needs that star power. Maybe we'll get somebody who will move up from a lower division just because there is sort of a empty spot that somebody could take over. I think I'm gonna go on Facebook Live while I'm doing this. That's why if you see me looking down, I'm doing this. But
I just thought we were checking we were like checking.
Go ahead. Just go ahead. Carry on with the show.
Okay.
Maybe I should have got this done ahead of time. But
cool. No, it's cool, man. All right. So anyway, here's how the show goes. We have the high kick of the week, which is the best thing going on in our eyes. Sometimes we have debates on it.
Only occasion.
Yes. The low kick, which is the worst thing. That's some bull kick where we just kind of go off on something weird and controversial going on. We've got the high kick, another good thing going on. We've got the Coco high kick, another good thing going on. And then we talk about this thing I don't remember. I mean, I can't. It's so stupid, this segment we do at the end. Can't even remember what it's about. It's like people go into the cage in like Speedos and they like wrestle and they like dress up in costumes and shit. Like, do you know what that is? Oh yeah, it's your favorite thing ever, WWE.
Of all time, yes, it is my favorite thing of all time.
I can't wait for that segment. All right, so let's get going. Let's get going with the, hello, Facebook Live.
Yes.
All right, so let's go to the high kick. Obviously, the high kick this week is Conor McGregor.
100%.
Have to give him the high kick for a second-round knockout win over Eddie Alvarez and being the first person in UFC history to hold 2 titles simultaneously. I just put what now? Like, let's talk about what you thought of the fight, though, first, man. What did you think of the fight?
I was expecting a little bit more out of Eddie Alvarez, but considering what we got from McGregor, you can't, and I'm not the biggest McGregor fan, but you can't deny his greatness. Can't deny.
No, you can't, man.
Like, you can't deny how incredible this guy is as a fighter, as a competitor. He's picking apart. Like, I thought that Alvarez would put up a bit more of a fight, Especially, you know, we were talking about with the people I was watching it with, we were talking about his, you know, his fights with Chandler and how great those were and epic those were. And I'm like, if we can get that Alvarez, we might be able to have something. But he couldn't even get his mojo going.
No,
like
he looked
couldn't
scared.
get anything off.
He looked just thrown off from minute one.
It was that first shot that he hit, and he probably said, "Oh shit, like this is a little bit more than I expected it to be." And I wasn't really expecting to be that. I thought it was going to be a lot more back and forth.
Yeah.
I thought McGregor would eventually get to him enough so that he was going to, you know, pick up the W. But yeah, that ended up being a beatdown pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, it threw everybody off too, I think, because we just saw him beat the piss out of Dos Anjos. You know, we got that Eddie Alvarez the Chandler Eddie Alvarez, the Bellator champ Eddie Alvarez. So we're like, if he just does that versus Conor, and he, you know, he kind of ran at him. And I think I like what Conor said too. It's like, if you're not as bigger or longer, you're not beating me. And for the first time, I thought, well, there's that quote, precision beats timing, or whatever he said. And when he first said that, I'm like, so scripted.
Precision beats power.
Yeah, timing beats
something. Yeah,
precision beats power. That's all you need for this. Yep. Precision beats power, because that last combo, so one of those it drops you. He landed, you know, on the chin, behind the ear, on the, you know, on the jaw.
Right.
Those are all finishing shots. So he just put them all on, and I liked what he said too. It's, those shots aren't necessarily the hardest shots, but when you do them all at once, they're gonna just be like boop 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 boop, shut down. Like, and those are perfectly landed exactly where they're supposed to go. So you cannot deny Conor McGregor anymore. He's now beaten big names. Before, people were like, well, he's only beaten Poirier, and, you know, not anymore. Now he's beaten the best of the best brawlers, you know, wrestlers, just so
everything.
And once again, like, I don't want him to lose, but I hate the pre-fight antics that he does, which gets me going. And I'm like, God, man, this guy just talks a lot of shit and backs it up. I don't know why. Sometimes I hate that, like, but I don't hate watching him fight though, because it's amazing, man. And yeah. So what now? He made some big announcements.
Woodley?
Yeah.
Woodley?
I don't know, man. He made some big announcements.
He can't. Okay. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, before we get, all right, I said what now, and we'll wait for the who now, because what now is that he said he's got a baby on the way coming in May. Yep. He wants a stake in the company. So his contract, you know, and they're gonna give him a stake in the company.
How can you? I see now that,
because that stupid thing. What Conor gets, Conor wants, Conor gets. Like, they're making him. He's making them so much money that they'll give him a 10% stake or a 5%. If is there laws that say you can't do that? You can't be owner and fighter. I mean,
not necessarily laws, but I thought that was in bad form.
Well, like, shit, dude.
If it's
just bad form, then I'm sorry, man. If it's just bad form, the UFC doesn't care about bad form.
Yeah.
Legally, if it can't be done, it can't be done, and they won't do something illegal, but they'll do something immoral, something
big
unethical.
Time. Big time. Like, they do that constantly anyway. So
I mean, it's not a knock on them. It's a good business move. You want to keep your highest paid, most popular worldwide athlete, and he wants 5% stake in the company or 10% stake in the company, or else he walks. I feel like you're gonna give it to him.
Oh man, see the whole walk part, and I know that's his trump card. That's what trump. Oh
yeah,
man, I said that and didn't even think about it. Okay,
but it's still a term. I'm not gonna not say that now.
I am.
He might make it illegal.
I can't even utter that term.
Is that treason if you say it? So anyway, yeah, but
yeah, you can't. I guess you can't knock him for going after everything that he can go after, because he is literally keeping the UFC afloat at this point. With everything being so shaky with Rousey and her future, we got to see her come back, hopefully, for the UFC's sake, and get a victory and get the belt back. But I think that's a tough road to hoe for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really think that you can have someone who is an active participant in fighting be a co-owner of the brand that he's fighting for, only because who's to say he isn't then pulling strings in order to get certain fights to go certain ways.
That's already what's happening now.
Okay,
anyway.
but we understand that. We think that. We believe that.
No, we know that, but okay.
But it's a whole different step to go to have an actual fighter be a part of that too. Like somebody who is actively participating in a division, and to some degree people would say that he's co-signing on certain fights. He's co-signing that this person can fight this person, or I don't want this person to fight this person, because then you get into personal grudges, even though we know that those personal grudges exist now. I think it's just a different step that you take when you get a actual fighter involved in that. So I don't know. I think he deserves more money.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't know about that ownership stake. I think that's something that maybe they can negotiate and say that, hey, after this run is done, this is something that I want to be a part of. Like I've seen them do that in the NBA a whole lot. Like guys end up retiring and they go away for 2 or 3 years, and then you hear about, oh wow, this person is a minority owner in whatever. Like Magic Johnson in the Lakers for a long time. That was part of his negotiation when he got out the sport. So yeah, I can see it happening.
Yeah.
Why not?
So who next now? Does he fight again in May? Does he fight again in March, where he usually fights around St. Patrick's Day? Is it going to be against Woodley for the welterweight title? Is it going to be against Khabib, for the lightweight title?
Still in my thunder. Go ahead.
Is he going to – I just said that really quick because we're just listing off names, but we're not going to talk anymore about that.
Well, no, we should talk about Woodley, though.
Yeah. So – I read something today too that Woodley went back and said too, okay, there's no really big beef with us. Like we went back and forth on Twitter. They grabbed my belt at the end of the fight to give him the second belt because they didn't have another belt, but he wanted his pictures. Conor wanted his pictures, so that was actually Woodley's belt that they grabbed. Which he said whatever. He's like, it wasn't Dana White that grabbed it either. It was a guy I respect. Reed Harris came back, grabbed it. They thanked me later, said, appreciate you being a stand-up guy and letting them use your belt for the pictures.
So did he just run to the back as soon as that happened?
Yep. And it said Woodley couldn't even take his post-fight pictures with his belt that he just retained because Conor was using his belt for the pictures that he for his. I'm like, so that's a little added bit to the storyline.
A little bit.
Do you want to see him fight welter? I do now.
I do. I mean, at this point, yeah.
Let's just do it. Let's just do all these crazy. Let's have him be 3 times. Let's keep going. I want to see.
Does that diminish the UFC though? If you have one person, or does it increase his greatness?
It increases his greatness.
Okay, all the people on Facebook Live. Does that increase Conor McGregor's greatness by possibly holding another belt, or does it say that your brand isn't shit when you don't have people who can stand up to this guy? So I'd like to see what people think about that.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, there's not many people there's nobody that has done this before. So I don't think it diminishes the divisions. There's some people that are just fucking badasses and they can do whatever they want, and we're seeing that with Conor McGregor. Has anybody else ever done this? No. Will anybody else ever do this again? Maybe. But right now he's doing it, so I want to see how far he can go. Before it was kind of weird, this little shit show, okay, we'll watch this, but he did it, and he did it in devastating fashion. So now I'm like, how far can you really go? Yeah. And so that's why I'm saying, all the other stuff too, we'll see what happens. I think
Woodley beats him. I think Thompson beats him, especially Thompson. His style would beat him. Woodley might get caught, so I could see that being a little bit more of a toss-up. But hey, who else is in that division?
I don't know.
Where does he start?
Only reason I don't. That's what I said. Only reason I don't like that is because it makes everybody else in the division have to wait,
right?
And he just gets all these title shots when these people have been in division for years and years, and just because he's Conor McGregor, he gets these title fights because it makes a lot of money. That's not cool for me,
right?
But once again, it's not about what's cool for everybody. It's about what makes money.
Yeah,
so we'll see, man. I don't think we're gonna hear much from him, fight-wise for a few months now. I think, he did his thing. He's going to go out at the end of the year, not saying a whole lot, making some appearances, blah, blah, blah. But we won't really get another title, or we won't get another fight from him or fight announcements till probably about March. Beginning of the year, unless some other stuff happens. So, yeah, man, you can't get a higher kick than that.
No, you can't.
So we're gonna go for the Kohai kick now. Made a little sound effect. That was kind of sweet.
Wow, live sound effects this week, huh?
Nice. All right, so the Kohai kick this week goes to the Karolina Kowalkiewicz. That's what they've been saying. Kowalkiewicz is what they've been saying.
I don't know which one it is.
And Joanna champion, because I still can't say your last name. Jędrzejczyk. Okay, so that
just say it really fast.
Jędrzejczyk. All right. So that title fight, that gets a high kick for me, high kick for me, because it was very entertaining. I liked it. I put it was a great fight for Karolina, considering it was only her 4th fight in the UFC. I think she won. I think Karolina won.
No.
Okay.
No.
I knew you were gonna say that.
No. And I'm a Karolina fan, and I wanted to see. Okay, they were saying Joanna, right?
Joanna.
Jędrzejczyk. Okay. Yeah, they were saying that she they were saying that it was. I mean, okay. Forget about what they were saying. What I saw was somebody pick apart someone who was trying to be a little bit too aggressive. I think her length was a little bit. She used it to her advantage really well. I think Kowalkiewicz is very good in the clinch, but Joanna was better in the clinch. Like, it was. I didn't even realize that they are sort of mirror images of each other in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I think that Joanna was just better. She was just better at all the little things, and it wasn't by much, but she was better. And I think that was enough to win her several rounds during that fight. So,
and I know I say this a lot, but this is the one fight that I'm gonna say that I thought the way that fighter looked at the end really played a big role in how I thought the outcome was gonna be. And I usually say, like, some people just bruise easily. Some people you get hit here, it's always going to swell up. Whether you get hit here once or you get hit here 10 times, it's going to blow up and look worse than it really is. But throughout the fight, though, I really thought, she almost put her away in the 3rd or 4th.
She sure did. She
I thought
dazed her a little bit.
I thought that was a big moment, too, where I knew that she wasn't going to win, because I know that they love what's going on with Joanna right now, and they're not giving her any play at all. She's earning every bit of it. But I really thought that with some of the decisions that we've seen in the past year, that maybe it could go the other way, and but Jędrzejczyk's still pretty young in the sport. They're not looking to get her away yet. But I did think, though, that she won, and I wonder how many other people thought she won too. Let me know if you guys think Karolina won or not. If I'm fucking crazy, that's all right.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Well, I know I'm fucking crazy, but in this pick. But anyway, I liked it, man. And I said the next fight's what now? So Waterson and Van Zant are fighting in December.
Fun fight.
Awesome fight. The winner of that gets Karolina, maybe, or the winner of that gets a title shot. Probably not yet.
No.
So who else in the strawweight, though? I mean, Alexa Grasso is coming up. She's not getting anything. So maybe like the winner of Waterson versus Van Zant gets Alexa Grasso.
Oh.
Because she doesn't have to fight too much to know.
No.
And they said, please, please, please don't put Grasso up against Jędrzejczyk yet.
Yeah.
Don't blow that wad yet.
Right.
That's probably coming later in the year. Don't do that right now, because it's just then you waste it. So I mean, the strawweight division. How many women's strawweight are there right now in the top 5? You've got them right here: Karolina, Jędrzejczyk, Waterson, Van Zant, Grasso. It's just kind of a round robin
between them. Yeah.
So,
I could see the winner of Van Zant and Waterson getting Kowalkiewicz though. I can see that.
Yep.
And then maybe Grasso getting a loser of that.
Something like that.
Or even somebody a little bit further down the charts. I don't even know who else is.
I know. I'm trying to think.
lower.
I mean, you got Aldana coming in. Is she strawweight too?
You don't want to do that, though.
No. Well, just not
Right.
Grasso, but just toss her in the mix. I'm trying to think of who else is in that division. Is Tisha Torres? Is she in that division still? Forget about her a little bit.
What was the one that-
Carla Esparza. She's still. I just can't remember how they've done the last year, but there's
enough.
Yeah,
there's enough to do some things there.
So anyway, great. I mean, the fight went about how I thought it was gonna go. I didn't think either one of those girls or those women were gonna be going down without a hard fight, and they didn't. They didn't disappoint. So, all right, let's turn up the music a little bit. For everybody on Facebook Live, they're like, these guys are dancing to no music, but we're not.
No, because it's there.
Because if you go watch the show later on YouTube, Kick and Make Up, you'll see. All right.
Quick, fast, in a hurry. Khabib gets it. My Coco high kick because he's a boss. He hasn't lost. About to start rhyming and rapping.
Jeez,
and tapping.
All right.
No. I'm gonna leave all that singing and stuff to you, man.
I don't have a song today, really.
Oh, no song?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I know, man.
That's disappointing. But yeah, I think that Khabib in his performance was ridiculous. Undefeated, called out McGregor in front of the very, very, very pro McGregor crowd. You always get kudos in my book, going wrestling style, playing the heel, not afraid to call out the champ after his performance. I think that would be a fight that I would want to see. I don't know what else he needs to do. What else does he need to do to get to that
Nothing,
point?
which made me so mad. Number one, nobody knew who the hell he was when I was watching this fight with a room full of 10 people.
Yep.
Nobody, and these are fans of fighting, and they're fans of MMA, fans of UFC. Nobody knew who he was, and I was like, he's the best lightweight right now. Just so you know, he should be fighting Eddie Alvarez tonight. Just so we all know, like, okay, but you don't know who he is. I'm like, oh God, UFC, can you please market this person? Like,
And he's huge in Russia.
yeah,
Like, huge.
It blew my mind.
I saw a video of him when he got off his plane, and there were literally like 150, 200 people there, like just kicking it, like super excited all around him and everything. I'm like, this dude is a star, just an unbelievable star.
Yeah.
And they aren't pushing him the way they
I
should.
love how he talks like Conor McGregor too, but when he talks, it's scarier. Because he says it so matter-of-factly. He doesn't do it with flash. He's like, you know what? If I don't get what I want, I'll walk. You think UFC Ireland's awesome? UFC Russia will murder that. And I'm like, oh, man, you're probably right.
would.
And he says, too, so Conor says stuff about Khabib, too, like, well, I don't know. I've got to see more of what he does. He's got to be more of a consistent fighter for me to want to give him that title shot. I'm like, dude, it's
Consistent?
his weight class. It's his division. You won the title in his division, but he is the true champion in that division. Let's not get this messed up. So I was like, shut up. That's when I thought for Conor, I'm like, shut up, dude. You're going to sit back and watch him fight a little bit more to see if he's worthy. No, shut up. He's ducking him. For me, that's a ducking comment. Because the style of Khabib versus the style of Conor, Khabib would run through Conor. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry, man.
Wow.
If he gets,
maybe that's why,
or he runs in and gets picked off like Aldo because he just runs straight into him to grapple and just bounce. So that could happen. But if he gets a hands on Conor, there's no way Conor's gonna not go down and go for a ride.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And then stay down, which we saw in this fight.
Yep.
And get just brutally murdered, beat up.
And here's where you get into UFC politics. I don't think that they want him to fight him.
I know. No, I know. I know.
You don't want to.
No.
You don't want to kill the golden goose.
They're gonna.
He's the only one you got.
Yeah, and they almost lost the golden goose versus Diaz.
Yeah, they sure did.
So
you see that is.
Yeah.
they had to run the rematch because it was going to be epic. But now they're balking at the third one because you don't really want to chance that too much.
And so what they're gonna do is they're gonna do Khabib and Ferguson.
Yeah.
And the winner of that gets, what do you do? He's got to make a decision of what's going to happen with that belt now. Are you going to which belt are you going to defend?
Both.
Yeah, and I think he's going to. I think he's going to defend both belts. I think he's going to fight in both divisions.
Same night.
Same night. Co-main event, main event. You just got to like... you have 1 hour to weigh in for one and then 1 hour to weigh in for the next. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. Sure.
How? Okay. If he did that,
then
he would go down.
Robot.
Okay. He would go down as the single greatest athlete of all time.
He's well on his way for that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see, man. But now it just sucks though because I'd love to see Khabib versus Ferguson. It's such a weird fight, like stylistically. But it'd be fun, you have Ferguson somersaulting trying to, but I don't know. You want to somersault, try to leg lock and get Khabib down? I don't think you're going to be doing too many of those.
No, you're not.
I think you're going to want to be standing up with him, throwing some of your spinning elbows and hope Khabib doesn't,
help you catch him with one.
Yeah, because I think on the ground, Ferguson doesn't want Khabib on the ground. So you're not going to be trying to do that. It's enticing. I like it. And that's what we're going to see early next year. Khabib versus Ferguson, I think. And then... But fuck, Ferguson and Khabib, they're like, God damn, I won the fucking title. Like, they've been waiting for the title forever. Now Conor's got it, and he's in charge of
everything.
It's like...
he's in charge of the UFC
that'd be
at the
frustrating,
moment.
Yeah. So I love it, man. I was hoping Khabib got some love.
We got a comment here. Let me read it real quick. This is from Jay McAdams Thornton, one of my guys. What's up? What's good? Right. Said, you lost Jones, Rousey, McGregor, and was tested against Diaz. UFC won't put him in any harm's way at the moment. Probably about right.
What did he say? You lost Jones, Rousey, McGregor, and was tested against UFC. Yeah, they won't. We talked about it too. No. Like, they're watching. They've got very few people now. Like, so we're going to see them. Yeah, they're going to coddle him.
Yeah.
I mean, they should, and they should, and they should,
and especially with the sale and the way that they have been sort of changing things, they're a little bit cash strapped. So you're gonna want to cash in as many chips as you can, and he is your biggest one. So you need to exploit it as much as humanly possible.
Gotta give a shout out to Jay too. I know him too, but the dots, since he's in Germany now.
Yes, like he's been in Germany for a while.
That's right. What's up, man? Yep. Like the dots over the name threw me off. I'm like, I also know somebody named that, but it doesn't have so many dots in his name. Oh, that's awesome, man.
It's German dots.
Yes. Can I just have some of those too, and just put like another I over or another dot over the C, like NICK, and just have two dots and throw people off?
Just do it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it today. All right, so the low kick. The music just a little bit. You just flashed it in last time. I liked it. All right, so Miesha Tate retired. Now here's why it's the low kick for me. So Miesha Tate retired in her fight versus Raquel Pennington. She lost, retired afterwards. She's one of the pioneers in women's MMA. She became champion but was not able to stay champion. I think that's part of the low kick. Like, she got it but didn't have it for long. So it's like, did it even really ever register that she had it? And then the side low kick, I said, was it goes to the conversation with Dana White after the fight where he wanted her to go to the hospital, and her response was, "Fuck you, I don't work for you anymore." All right.
That's a bit much.
That's a low. All right.
Little testy there.
I thought, like, I tried to think of this scenario, like if you retire from your job, but on the way out, like you fall down the stairs, and your boss is like, all right, hey, we got to get you to the hospital. Fuck you, I don't work here anymore. It's like,
because you're pissed about falling down the steps.
Like, you kind of, I get you don't work for me anymore, but you're kind of still in my building. It's kind of the same hour of like, it's the last hour of your shift. Like, go to the fucking hospital. Like, I'm like, Miesha, calm down. Like, you needed to go to the hospital. I think she ended up going anyway. I think it was just a lot of emotion, and I feel like this is a big retirement, but I felt bad because I'm a huge Miesha Tate fan. I didn't want to see her retire, but yet I knew she was. It's time to retire. So I thought, damn. And you accomplished what you wanted to in the UFC and got the championship belt, title belt, but you didn't keep it, which I think sucks. Like, because it was such a pass around that time. I just thought, I was kind of upset when I saw it. I was like, man, that's a disheartening retirement because you retire off a loss. And she even said it was because of this loss tonight.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we
yeah.
even talked about it with the group that I was watching it with after the fight was over, and I kind of looked and I'm like, man, she's done, because you know, as analysts of the UFC, we look at the result and then immediately look at what's next. So you look at her road at that point to get back to the title, and there's a lot of names that she would have to go on top of. So it makes sense. And I mean, you know, you don't want to see a great and legendary fighter sort of go by the wayside and just say, you know, I'm done. But she probably was done. Yeah. And I'd rather see her go out the way that she went out, without having to watch her get her head bashed in, you know, 4 more times before she decides to wrap it up. I'd rather somebody hang it up when, you know, a little bit early than a little bit late. So
yeah. And I'm gonna catch some flack for this too, but I thought as a fighter she never really evolved. She never really changed her style of fighting over the, 10 years we watched her or whatever. She always had that bare your chin, bite your mouth guard, and kind of swim at you, hope to catch you, take you down, and then just kind of grind you out. I mean, she never really evolved from where she started to, and I think that was some of the problem with her career was that, and not that I'm gonna shit on her career right now at all, but that I think that plays a part of why she never really could pull the trigger on some of these fights. She'd grind it out, hope for the decision win or whatever, but there's too much going on right now in styles of fighting and people coming in that know all of it. And she's from the early days where you knew 1 or 2 things and just kind of kept that. And it worked when it worked and it didn't when it didn't. So
I think, she's a victim of the ever-evolving women's fight.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it. Just the evolution of women's fighting. I mean, you're going to see that with a lot of the older fighters, and not old, in life, but old as far as fighting. Been around for a while, been around the block. She's had a long career, has tons of fights, and I think it's important to reflect on that and know that it's a wrap. And like you said, she didn't evolve. And I mean, when you have, I think a lot of times being able to get to the point of winning a belt is more about being at the right place at the right time, and as opposed to your talent. I think that she's talented enough. She's been talented enough to be a champion for a long time, but things had to just work out for a certain way for her to get it. I don't think she was at the ultra elite level of talent like she was, having to take on Rousey. She wasn't there. But when you got somebody who was a notch below that, and that matchup dictated that she would be able to possibly, use her style to her advantage, boom, that's what happens, and she's able to get that win over home and get the belt finally. Right. So, it kind of sucks that she wasn't able to hold the belt for a long time, but she ended up fighting somebody who has a style that is
exactly
complete opposite of hers, and she got dominated and lost. And it's kind of sucky to see it end up that way for her, but hey, what are you gonna do? And
the women's bantamweight too, I'm gonna put that in the column of the men's light heavyweight. It is what it is. It's whatever now. Like we see Amanda Nunes and Rousey fighting at the end of the year. I don't really care a whole lot about those 2 divisions right now. There's so much going on in the other divisions that I'm just focusing on those, and whatever happens in those 2, it's like, okay. So that's some bull kick this week. We're going to argue again. So the Tyron Woodley, Stephen Thompson decision at UFC 205, I think was fucking bull kick. So did obviously some other people, as there was some confusion of what the fuck was going on at the end. I thought Stephen Thompson won that because of this. Listen, so it was a draw. It came down, at the end of the fight, they thought that Woodley got the decision. It was actually a draw. There was some confusion. I gave more credit to Thompson surviving the guillotine than Woodley putting on the longest guillotine in fucking UFC history. And to me, that's not impressive to put it on and just hold it on. It's taken away from your strength, honestly, which is a stupid thing to do. So it showed his caught up in the momentness more than it showed his skill level. It showed Thompson's skill level to fight through that, not tap, and pop his head out. And I just thought overall, I thought that even though Thompson or Woodley landed some ginormous shots don't impress me anymore. So I thought Thompson won. Who do you guys think Thompson won UFC?
Yeah, who do you think win? I see Mike Goodwin jumped
Woodley?
In and said that Nunes is going to destroy Rousey. Completely agree. Completely agree.
Yep.
Completely agree. But yeah, jumping back to the topic at hand.
You thought Woodley won, right?
Yes,
of course you did.
100%. I don't think that Woodley was ever in danger in that fight. I don't think that. I think that he should have gotten even more credit for his domination in certain rounds. I think Thompson's comeback in round 4 was very, very, very impressive. Like just to see that, like, I mean, he was on the ropes, done. Like, you know, like Rogan said, he was out on his feet. I think he was, and somehow he was able to power through that.
See, that's for me. That's more credit than that doesn't get enough credit.
Now I'm gonna circle back around to the point that I made with the people I was with. This is why the 10-9, 10-8, whatever scoring in boxing does not equate to mixed martial arts, and why you need to have a different scoring system in order to adequately judge, you know, these fights, because you have stuff like this happen, and then you have the whole debate over whether it was a 10-8 round, you know, should have been just a 10-9 round. Like it's a debate that
can't be won.
It can't.
Right.
And it's so important to the fight. Like, it's not like that one point can just be thrown away. That one point is the difference in your fight.
Yeah.
All the time.
Absolutely.
Every time. That one point is usually, you know, what is gonna decide a fight. So you can't adequately judge these fights with that restricted of a scoring system. Like you said, Thompson should have got tons of credit and points for being able to rebound in that round. That's why if you were scoring that and, you know, coming back from a near submission is worth 3 points, he would earn those 3 points. Maybe having a failed submission is you lose 2 points. You know, I don't know. Yeah. Like whatever the scoring system would be, I think would be more beneficial, because there's so many points that can be earned and lost, I think, during a fight. And that is a ridiculously drastic overhaul to the sport. Yeah. So that's why you don't see people talking about it a lot. You see a lot of people balking at it, but I think something needs to be done. It needs to be revamped. I felt that Thompson lost the fight overall, but incredible fight by him. Would pay to see that rematch right now.
Right. We will.
We're gonna get it.
We're gonna get it, I think.
Yep. Hopefully we're gonna get it.
I think we're gonna get it anyway, because the Woodley Conor fight's probably not happening anytime soon. But you know, this fight with a draw has to happen. It has to happen. Has to happen next. And I think that's the fact that, you know, both fighters, they'll have some suspensions. Obviously, Thompson's gonna have some suspensions as far as being hurt a little bit, but 3-4 months down the line, I could see this happening in March. Wouldn't it be great to get like Woodley Thompson to Khabib Ferguson co-main event? We're shaping up a nice card for about March, and I think that'd be cool, man. I think that's enough time for everybody to be able to wait with the suspensions and the injuries. So I'm just gonna say that. Let's say March 7th, March 8th, Woodley Thompson 2 main event. For the title, not for the title. Hey, yeah, he still got title for the title, and then co-main event Khabib and Nurmagomedov, or excuse me, Khabib and Ferguson. Let's throw in. Let's see here, Alexa Grasso and Karolina. Let's throw that in there.
Yep.
What if we just called the March card?
Right.
If we just called the March card, we're doing a giant shot.
Yes.
That week.
Yes.
On air.
We're doing a bottle.
We're gonna drink. We're gonna heavily drink on the show.
Yes.
Like get visibly drunk on the show.
And live on Facebook.
And live on Facebook. Like we're gonna be like drunk. Let's just get drunk on the show.
Yes.
Like not tipsy. Like
let me jump to it's wasted.
All right.
Cool. Let me jump to a little feedback that we're getting on Facebook. Mike Goodwin said no Khabib and McGregor. We talked about that for a second. It should happen, but we don't think that it's going to happen because the UFC doesn't want to risk losing McGregor.
Right. And Conor wants to see if Khabib's worthy, so he's got to watch him a few more fights. Yeah. Just check that out.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we all know he's worthy. So
yeah, been worthy for a long time.
I gotta tell everybody on Facebook and on here too. Like, it is cold in this garage a little bit. The heater on, but like I'm sniffling a little bit.
Yeah, my hands are cold.
Like I keep going like this because I feel like I have snot on my mustache. So I tell you guys when I like have a cold, when I'm snotting, when I have to. Like, we were close. So that's why, like, if anybody has comments of me rubbing my nose, like, no, we did not do some stuff before the show, have a little candy before the show. So my energy's coming from an energy drink, and it's cold as shit in here. So, all right. All right.
We
so
got a
don't make sound
suggestion
effects
for,
like that. All right,
for Sean West versus McGregor.
Oh, okay.
We love you, Sean, but that might be a tough fight for you, bro.
I'm
at the moment.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, can you just let Conor have his baby? And can you just,
don't overwhelm him so
hold
much
on,
with your talent, bro.
He just hold on. But yeah, let's work on getting Conor to the Quad Cities. That's
yeah.
Hopefully that would do well. So, all right. I said I didn't have a song. This is that part of the show where we all Facebook Live. This is the part of the show where I talk about wrestling because this guy loves it. I hate it. I usually have a song. I don't have a song this week, but I'm going to go off the cuff, freestyle a song like a little bit, maybe like, sometimes I like to jump off bridges, slam my head in some fridges, eat some food that's spoiled, AKA expired. When it's sunny out, I perspire. When I sit in my living room and watch TV, I try to watch anything but the WWE. That sucked. Kind of. I'll have a better song next week. I don't care. This week, honestly, I didn't care to write a song about WWE because, honestly, I fucking hate wrestling. Like, it's entertaining for about 1 second, and then I just punch myself in the head and be like, "What are you doing watching this?
Yeah,
I can't say that grown ass
was your
adult."
Best song effort.
It wasn't,
but you do get points for coming off the top.
Okay.
I know that it wasn't prepared, so
No.
you get a few points for that.
And
although
honestly,
you
though,
lose mega points for shitting on the WWE like you do every week.
I don't care. Ooh, mega points. What's the difference between a point and a mega point?
It's something in my fucking world. Okay.
What's a mega point then? A point is 1. What's a mega point?
Mega point is 763.
That would be 763 points. So you're just saying
1 mega point. I got the scale. Where's it at?
No, you don't make any sense. You know why you don't make any sense? Because you're a child, and children don't make sense. They don't know what they're talking about. You know why you're a child? Because you still watch wrestling. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what I found this week. Ugh. WWE and me, number 1. LeBron James snubbed The Undertaker. We talked about this last week, about how we were wondering about why The Undertaker was at the Cavaliers or wherever. Where's LeBron play now? Cleveland. All right. So I don't know, man. So I don't know about basketball either. So he snubbed The Undertaker. The Undertaker stood outside the locker room, waited for LeBron, and LeBron never came out. That's why that picture of The Undertaker looks so sad. So he didn't come out. And LeBron says, like, yeah, if I don't want to or it doesn't make sense for me, I'm not going to, even though I wore an Undertaker shirt, like one day he wore an Undertaker shirt.
Mm-hmm. So, which is why he was there.
Undertaker thought they were cool or they weren't. That's
God,
shitty, man.
It is. That's so fucked up.
That's
like
shitty.
The sad Undertaker pictures too are hilarious and ultra sad at the same time. Yeah, he should have.
His hand's numb, by the way. Hold his mic.
Well, dude, this hand is numb too because it's holding this ridiculous phone. I'm gonna have to figure out some other way to do this next time. But yeah, it's so sad that he decided to do that. Like, he knew he was there. Tons of teammates took pictures with him. Like, it's not like he was the only one. Everybody else took pictures with him, and LeBron just had to be LeBron and say, I don't fuck with him like that.
Just another reason
I'm not gonna go.
I hate basketball. See, I don't watch basketball either because there's jerks like LeBron. Like, I was gonna start being a fan this year. Now I'm not. You snubbed The Undertaker. Asshole. All right. Number 2. I don't know why I just yelled. Shane McMahon is getting back in the ring. He's coming back. Shane McMahon's coming back. to join Team SmackDown for Survivor Series. Do you know the team that Shane McMahon's on? It's like Shane McMahon. It's like Vince McMahon. It's the McMahons. It's like Stephanie McMahon. It's Michael McMahon. Is there a Michael McMahon?
I don't know, but I don't think so.
Is there a Manny McMahon?
Manny McMahon.
What if your name was Manny McMahon? Manny McMahonington.
No.
Did you know Shane McMahon's coming back though?
I did.
Are you excited?
Yes, because Shane is. They do a good job of. You're supposed to at least look enthused.
Come on, tell me why you're excited.
They do a good job. They do a very good job of booking him in matches that make him look great. He usually has a spot or two that's like incredible, where he jumps off of something or bashes his head in. Like,
Stop
it's
talking.
Fucking awesome.
Stop talking. Listen. They book him in fights that make him look great, which is what they do all the time with everybody because it's scripted. So I mean, like, they don't do anything more for him that they don't do for anybody else. Like, you can you can write whatever you want for anybody.
No, they do.
You could write me in the script and I could be champion tomorrow.
Nope.
Because it's scripted and fake.
Nope.
So hey, anybody out there, if you want to be a champion whenever, wherever, just join the WWE and just pay to get written in as a champion.
Pretty dead in the eyes right now.
You're always dead in the eyes.
Okay. All right. What else you got? What you got next?
Number 3, Edge. Remember Edge from 1973? He's returning to the WWE. He's coming out of retirement. Did he retire? He's coming out. Okay. First, he's coming back. Let me just turn the page. He's coming back for SmackDown's 9 millionth episode.
900.
900,000th episode. 9th episode.
Do you know when that 900th episode is?
Tonight. Is it really?
Sure, tonight. Yes, 100% tonight.
I didn't know that.
Edge is gonna be doing a segment called what?
Razor's Edge.
Close, but that's something else. Come on, something else.
Hold on.
Edge.
His segment, Edge of the World.
Nope.
Edge of Tonight.
Nope.
Edge. I don't know.
The Cutting Edge.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds scary. I can't wait.
He's doing an interview segment, so I don't think that he's gonna fight or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the.
So he's coming out of retirement to do an interview, to interview somebody else.
To interview several people who are going to be in the SmackDown Survivor Series team.
That is so stupid. Like, he's coming. What if I came out of retirement as a wrestler to just start being a reporter?
What would be the real life equivalent of that? Like, coming out of retirement to be
the ball boy. Like, if you were like Tom Brady 10 years from now and you came back and they're like, Tom Brady's coming back, but he came back as like the ball boy.
Yes.
Like, what? Oh, that's cool. All right.
That's about it.
Yeah. All right. Number 4. I have 5 today. Number 4. Chris Jericho was involved in a backstage brawl for realsies. How do you know it was real or fake? I have no fucking idea because you never know. But for kind of like, they're like, but this one's for real. He was really bloody. I'm like, was that really blood or was that ketchup or was that jam? Raspberry and strawberry jam together? Like, was he involved in a backstage brawl? What happened?
He was involved in a brawl, yes. Some people question the validity of it and if it was real or if it was just something that they're using to promote it further.
Oh, no shit. They question the validity of a fucking fight for WWE, as they should. Duh. God damn it. All right. Last one. Oh, don't get sad that more people question.
No, I'm not. I'm not fucking getting sad. I'm just trying not to shred you right now. That's it.
Oh, shit.
That's it.
Sir. You're close to making a comeback. But I hold the power. And I'm talking to your knee. I'm not talking to you. All right, so number 5. Triple H wants Conor McGregor to be a part of WrestleMania 33.
Mm-hmm. 'Tis true. Everybody knows that the WWE and UFC have a bit of a working relationship. They initially wanted Rousey to be a part of it, and I think the UFC kind of balked at that. I don't think McGregor is going to end up being a part of it. Only because
he's a real fighter.
No, only because he's who would you have? Okay, the only way that you can book it, the only way that you can make it happen, and it would be cool, is if you have McGregor have something to do. Okay, there's a rumor going around now that Lesnar and Shane McMahon are going to fight at WrestleMania. So what you do is if you can get Conor McGregor to be down, you have him sort of run down and cost Lesnar the match. Which would be kind of cool since you got both the USC guys kind of involved, and then you can tease that they're going to fight and that sort of thing.
So now are we doing crossover shit? Continuing crossover?
To some degree.
Why do you... We don't... Look, listen. We don't need you guys, okay?
We
the MMA community, we don't need...
I'm part of both, though. I'm part of both.
You fucking fence rider. You fence rider.
I'm bifitual.
That was fucking awesome, dude. I can't even be mad at you. Wow. You win today. I usually come up with those lines, man. Holy shit. We've been hanging out a long time for you to start. Bifitual, man. I got nothing. We can end on that. That's amazing. I'm not even mad at you. I'm amazed. Fuck. Done. Segment done.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Mic drop.
Let's go. We're done.
I would drop this mic, but I actually care about it. Need it.
This mic on your knee.
Oh. Yep, on the knee.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Good job, though. Cool, bruh. All right. That was WWE segment.
We have a hashtag, too.
Hashtag Bifitual.
Yep.
That was awesome. Yeah. It's real now.
It exists. It's in the
when we post this later, there's gonna be the hashtag Bifitual.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna be ever. So unifitual. All right. All right. Yeah, just one for me. The kids these days, they're all over the place. We never know. But me, I'm just a one trick pony. All right, so all right, upcoming, man. We've got a big weekend coming up. Friday night, UFC Invicta, FC 20. Lightweight, strawweight titles on the line. Tanya Evinger is the main event. She was the one that was pretty upset about Aldana going to the UFC. Mm-hmm. But we all know I love Invicta. Big fights. Make sure to check them out. Harika Turbicio. I always like watching her too. Mm-hmm. She's fun to watch. She's on the card too. So fun fights Friday night. Then Saturday is the night we talked about where I was gonna paint that my one room and just act, but yes. she caught on to me. She watched the episode and she's like, well, now I know that that's on all day.
You're playing.
Damn it. So UFC Fight Night Belfast on UFC Fight Pass is during the day, I believe, like 11 or 12, something like that. Gegard Mousasi and Uriah Hall main event. Ian McCall's on that card. Yep. Teruto Ishihara, we all know him, right? You know him.
Nailed it.
Yeah, thank you. So that's my Japanese brother, man. Yeah. I love him. I fight for my bitches.
Right,
dude. This dude. But he's good though. He's fun to watch. He's a character too, man.
Yep.
Like he took pictures last time in this hotel room with like 3 girls around. This dude's living the life, man. You can't hate on that.
Why not?
Young fighter coming in.
Why not?
Like, I love that.
Yep.
So that's during the day, and then at night, UFC Fight Night Brazil on Fox Sports 1. You've got Bader and Nogueira. You've got Claudia Gadelha versus Courtney Casey. That's nice. Mm-hmm. You've got Thomas Almeida. I like him. He just got lit up by Cody Garbrandt, but I still like Almeida too. Yeah. So that's not bad. You got like in a combination of both. You got a good day of fights. You know, one card. You know, they're both okay cards put together. You got a pretty good day of fights, day and night of fights. Mm-hmm. So that's fun to do. Yeah, so then we've got some more stuff. You know, obviously we'll wrap up all those next show.
As far as the world of WWE, you have Survivor Series this weekend.
No, I don't care. Wait, the hell?
NXT TakeOver Toronto is on Saturday.
Listen, dude, when we do upcoming, come here. When we do upcoming MMA stuff. The segment WWE and me is over, okay? So upcoming doesn't
I
mean
get it now. I understand.
wrestling
I understand.
upcoming.
Sorry.
But what'd you say? What Survivor Series is coming? No,
Doesn't
finish
matter.
now. You already said it now.
Doesn't matter, right?
You said NXT.
NXT Toronto.
Okay.
NXT Takeover Toronto is happening with the main event being Samoa Joe versus Shinsuke Nakamura. You should know about him.
I
You're
do.
Asian.
I've
Okay.
almost bought the Shinsuke Nakamura shirt. Is that his name? Shinsuke. I'm Japanese too, man. So right now, my ancestors are looking down upon me. They're like,
They're frowning.
"You suck. You're what's representing us now. You suck." I'm sorry.
But then the next day you have Survivor Series. So
Survivor Series holds a place in my heart because this is real. Because my grandma used to order for me for my birthday every year,
oh, okay.
and we'd watch it.
See,
That's what I told you. Remember, I remember the Undertaker
Yeah,
coming out for the
yeah,
first time.
yeah.
Like Survivor. I was also 9 and 10 and 11. Okay.
I'm rekindling my nostalgia.
No, you're just still a child. All
Okay.
right. So that's fine. So am I. I'm seeing Doctor Strange later. So I'm still a child. All right. So that's it. www.kickandmakeup.com is the website. Go there. Check out everything. Check out the All America episodes. Check out this guy's work because he's the one that does all the uploading and keeps that afloat. So shout out to you, brother.
Hey, I mean, but you do the work by writing the articles. You know, all I do.
No,
is
you do
copy
the
and
work.
paste.
No, it's all you. It's all,
No,
look
you,
at this.
no,
Oh,
you,
you
no,
are.
you. You're the best.
We just do shit up. All right, so Twitter at Kick and Makeup, at Hybrid MMA, at Jeremy J. Dorsey is our handles. Go there. Instagram, check us out. YouTube, you've already liked and subscribed to the show. Now, tell your friends.
Yep.
That's it.
Big shout out to everybody on Facebook Live.
Yep. That was nice,
Thanks
man.
for commenting and watching. Just something I thought of randomly.
That was cool, though. I want to check that out
Yeah,
later.
I'm gonna have to like get a stand or something for my phone. So
I think
we
I
can do
have
this
one.
more.
I think I have a stand.
Sweet.
Okay. All right.
All right.
American Hybrid Nick Cunningham.
Yes.
Jeremy J.D. Dorsey. Remember, don't solve it in the streets. Take it to the cage and kick and make up. Because we're in the spider. We're in my brother's parking
Peace
lot.
out. Yes. Can't do it with the mic. There we go.
Yep. Oh, I did it with the fist. That's not even the right thing. All right. Cool.
You wrecked it. You ruined it.